Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever YouTube video on this channel. I'm going to be copying the kind of nostalgic bait commentary format right now of talking over your COD gameplay. This is my gameplay. I just got done recording it about 30 minutes ago, playing some Garrood on Black Ops 3 on the PC. Of course, the best zombies game of all time. It is a little rusty, haven't played too much Black Ops 3 on the PC. And I haven't played Garrood in a minute, so it is a little rusty, but I don't think it's, unwatchable. But yeah, let's, get straight into this. For this video, I wanted to talk about feeling like you're a failure, because that's what I'm feeling like right now. I felt like a failure for a long time, and I think it's something that a lot of people, feel like, unfortunately, and it's rough. It's terrible to feel like this I've probably felt like this for the past like 6 months, and it's just felt terrible. You have this pit in your stomach, and it just ruins your mental, and it's rough for sure. And I just kind of want to vent as well about my situation. I just graduated last year. I'm 19 now. I'm going into my sophomore year of college at a community college. And for my 4 years in high school, at first I kind of liked it, and then sophomore year I was kind of locked in. I was taking AP, I was taking honors classes, and then after that, my work ethic just fell down a hole. I had a terrible junior year, had a terrible senior year. Senior year, I just started ditching so much. Like junior year, I ditched a little bit, but I was not ditching like senior year. I mean, senior year, I probably would go get Chipotle with my friend like 2 to 3 days a week. And then like once I got my license, because I got my license senior year, I would just show up to school, and then probably sleep in my car or just leave and to like go to the gym or something. Like I did not like high school a whole lot. But I do have good memories from there for sure, some good moments in there for sure. But I don't know, that setting just didn't work for me. I feel like it's not just the setting. A lot of it was on me. Like my work ethic was like trash. I didn't put a whole lot of time and effort into it, so maybe things would have been different for sure. I know they would have been different. Now in community college, I went there because felt like obviously I didn't even have grades to get into like a good school. Ended up getting into a few of the state schools, but ended up going to community college just to do my first year or my second year, and just get it all paid for. I wanted to go only for 1 year and transfer, but things got ugly, as I'm about to explain. First semester, ended up getting 2 Ds in prerequisite classes, and you need a C or above to move on to the next class, unfortunately. Ended up retaking them both the next semester. Got a B in one of them, but the other class was a math class, and of course, got the D in it the first semester, and then I had to withdraw from it the next semester, which is already a big blow, but not the end of the world. And now I'm in summer semester, and I'm going to have to withdraw from it again. I just took the midterm. I felt like I studied super well for it. I felt like I knew most of the concepts going into this, but I guess I didn't, and I failed it outright, just straight up F. And that's a pretty big blow. Especially because I'm paying for this. I'm paying for this class. My financial aid is not taking care of it because after my 2 semesters, my GPA was so bad that I had below a 2, and they took away my financial aid for 1 semester until I bring it up. Now, fortunately, besides this math class, since I'm going to withdraw from it, the grade will not count. In the other 2 classes that I'm in, I will be getting a B in one and then an A in the other. So it's going to bring my GPA up to about a 2.5 or 6, I believe. So not the end of the world, but having to withdraw from a prerequisite class 2 times and then getting a D in it just does not look good on a transcript. And besides that, I just have not been doing good at all in college. Only getting C's and B's. I think I've only gotten like one A maybe, but mostly C's to be completely honest. I mean, below a 2.0 GPA is just rough, man. And it's done a lot to me. I feel like a failure. I don't, I'm doing bad in community college, and, a lot of people think this shit is easy, but it's not. At the end of the day, this is college, but, I rolled into it thinking that this shit was easy, and it's not, it's just the worst mentality you can have coming into it, and it really, really hurt me a lot. But I don't have anyone else to blame besides me. You know, if I applied myself more, if I did this, if I did that, can't really change anything about the past anymore. So, it is what it is, and I can definitely take responsibility for that. But now I just feel like an absolute failure. I haven't failed at a community college, but I feel like this just isn't for me. I went in for accounting. I wanted to work in finance, and I don't see myself in this career. It just, if I have to do this for the next 3 years sitting in a classroom, and then I'd have to go to post grad, to well, I mean, I guess I wouldn't have to go to post grad, but I would want to. I'd want to go to post grad to get a master's in business, and then also I'd have to get enough credit hours to become a CPA because that was my end goal. Um, you know, so I would have to do this for at least another 4 years at the very least, and now it'd probably be even 5 years because of the amount of withdrawals I've had in D's on my transcripts. So just a huge blow, and it's like, do I even see myself wanting to do this? Is the reason I know part of the reason for these bad grades is my work ethic, like for sure. In summer I definitely turned it around. I've been studying nonstop. Now I don't really have to because I'm going to withdraw from my math class, but I feel like my work ethic has gotten better. But, I've just moved myself back every semester. And it's like part of the reason, yes, was the work ethic, but now when I really thought about it, it's like, was I ever even passionate about accounting and becoming a CPA? Because I only chose it because people said it was stable and you can make, good money from it. And now it's like, yeah, I just went in because someone told me that. And I was never passionate about this in the first place. And of course, like, schoolwork's going to be hard. It's college, of course. But I'm not even passionate enough about it to apply myself to it. And, I've come to that realization within the past, like month or two, and it kind of sucks because I've already put a year into this, and I know it's better to realize this early on than later, but the damage is done, and I know it's not the end of the world. I know I'm young, but it still sucks. This feeling like you're a failure and constantly failing in life, because that's really all I've done since COVID. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sure, I've had some success, but it just feels like I fail, and it's rough, man. It really is. Um, I really thought I was gonna be able to lock in. I didn't really have any distractions. There's nothing to distract myself with. It's really just my work ethic, and I've blown it once again. It just hurts. It just really hurts. So now I'm like, oh, what am I gonna do? I'm like, do I got to go into the trades? And I know you can have a great career. You can have, you can make a lot of money. You can have a lot of success in the trades. But it's like, I couldn't even see myself doing that. As of right now, I'm still looking into the trades, or switching my major to something I'm more passionate about, and hopefully somehow making money with it. Because, of course, the things that I'm passionate about, people say don't make any money, and it's kind of true. I'm very passionate about film, and music, just art in general. I'm about to apply for a job at this local film thing, I guess, where in my area, I guess there's a film being made, and I would get some on-set experience. Probably just going to be a runner, getting everyone coffee, but at least I'd be passionate. At least I'd be around something that I actually like. But as it stands, it's like, what do I even want to do? Um, you know, it still sucks for sure. Hopefully, if you relate to this, comment it, down in the comment section. You know, it's good to get it out there, off your chest, because I just got it off my chest to my day one, my best friend that I've known since I was 3. I also talked to my grandma about it, but I really got it all out with my day one, because that night, just 2 nights ago, I was pretty much just crying, and I was super overwhelmed with my college classes, and I was like, bro, what am I gonna do? I want to drop out, and it's just, he was like, yeah, you're young, bro. This shit happens. A lot of people go through this shit, and it's a part of life, unfortunately. But yeah, that's where I'm at now, man. And it sucks, you know. All these people around me have success. My cousin got an internship at 18 years old, for Caterpillar. He's training to become a technician, and it's looking like he's gonna have a good career. My day one, my best friend that I was on the phone with, didn't want to go to college, ended up becoming a fireman, and he's gonna come back down after his I don't know what you'd call it, but I guess a tour or whatever, the season of working with like 60 grand. And, even his parents are successful. They have like 14 properties and do a lot of real estate. And, my uncle, very successful, owns his own business. So all I have is success around me, and I can't seem to achieve it. And it hurts. It sucks. I don't want to be the white sheep of the family, but what am I gonna do? And it just seems like I've had failure my whole life. I mean, even my brother and sister, like, they're successful, and I don't really get a whole lot of shit from them. But even in like my dating life, I had failure, and they thought I was gay. And pretty much after, like, I've given up at this point, for sure. I don't care about it. I wanted to focus on a career anyways. Because I can't even get a girl, even in high school. I don't think I'm like a super good looking guy. So, I just kind of gave up after high school. I guess I had some success in high school, but, nothing. I'm really not that good of a looking guy. So I was like, I could just take this opportunity to improve myself and just work my ass off. And, I feel like I started out good, but now it's just gone downhill, man. I know it's not over. I know I'm going to bounce back in some way, but it just hurts. And that's really the mentality you got to have about this stuff. You just you got to bounce back, man. You really do. I know it's hard. And, if you keep on finding yourself failing, if you think you're failing over and over, just know you're going to bounce back, You know what I mean? It's a mentality, and I know it's kind of cliche to say, but it's true. I mean, you can't just go your whole life thinking you're a failure, because if you do, then it's just not going to be a very good life, man, like, at all. But we all go through these phases for sure. At least most people, I would assume, but it sucks, man. It really does. I don't even know what I want to do with my life, like, at all. I wish, I hope I can be successful. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's rough out there. But we'll make it through for sure. But if you're feeling like this too, just know it's gonna be better, bro. Nothing stays like this. Nothing is permanent. Especially if you put time and effort into this and trying to better yourself. Things will get better. And, it's unfortunate that this shit happens, man. But, gotta hold yourself accountable and, bounce back. So, I know it's kind of a ramble, but, drop it down in the comments if you feel like just making yourself heard, man. It's really helped me. Just getting it out there. I've been talking to people around me, even my college advisor, just, more frequently, and trying to get more tips and just advice in general. So, it's not over though. Let's bounce back from this, and just prosper, I guess. It's not over. You just can't have that mentality. So, thank you guys for tuning in for sure. More videos to come. And please make sure to subscribe and like if you feel like it. And, peace, guys.